Good morning, my dear friends. Good morning. I'm happy to see you here today. I'll just need a minute before I come back. So, good morning. Things that happen in a household sometimes. You can't do anything about it. So, I'm just setting up the live. Yeah, there we go. Be happy to say hello to you. You're here already. Do say hello. Do join the conversation. Good morning. Happy to have you here today. Good morning. So, it's a wonderful day today. And my dear friends, I'm happy that we're on the ninth day of the Clarity Collective today. That's quite an achievement. Oh wow, we have quite a few people watching, and I'm really thankful for that. Please do say hello. It'd be nice to see you say hello. So, if episode 8, that was yesterday, was about exhaling, today we're going to inhale. We're going to look at how we can take something in, right? Say hello, good morning. And somehow, what I've been noticing is happening is that these days, it's not enough to be self sufficient, it's not enough to be resilient. Sometimes we just have to be human. And I see that a lot of millennials, a lot of Gen Zs choose to make friends, to be in places. They're the most connected in the history of the world today. The Gen Zs and the millennials are the most connected in generation in history. And yet, in many places, amongst the loneliest as well. They're amongst the loneliest as well. And my heart goes out to them with everything that they have, with every bit of connection that they have. To be lonely sometimes. It's okay to be alone, but to be lonely is difficult, it's hard. And no matter who you are and how successful you are, if you're successful, you need people around you who will applaud you and people who will tell you, yes, wonderful, I'm seeing what you're doing, right? That is what stokes us. So in while Gen Z and the millennials are way far from that, they're also human. They also need that. So I see that despite being the most connected in history, they're also the most ones that are isolated in pockets. Not every Gen Z or every millennial is isolated, but a lot of them are. So this episode is not about making friends. It's not about, saying that, oh, you should have a society around you that you can depend on. No, that's not what we're trying to say. It's about remembering that we were never meant to do life entirely alone. We were never meant to do life entirely alone. And that is something that we should acknowledge. That is something that we should know. So, once again, let me welcome you here. Let me welcome you here. Yesterday, what we did was we let go. We let go of things that we did not need to carry, the burdens we didn't need to carry, right? Today, like us to notice something that we've always had, okay? That is each other. We've always had each other. We've always had each other. So let's take 3 nice deep breaths to prepare for today. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in again, and breathe out. Breathe in again. Let's slow down a bit this time. Breathe out. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for being here with me and going through day 9 with me right now. Now, have you ever had coffee alone? Yes, right? I'd love for you to say yes or no. And have you ever had coffee with someone else? Along with someone else, maybe at a cafe, maybe at home, doesn't matter. Have you had coffee with someone else? Have you noticed that the same coffee tastes different when you share it with somebody else? The same coffee tastes different when you share it with someone else. It's the same coffee, same mug, probably the same morning or the same evening. But somehow, connection changes that experience. Have you noticed that? Connection always changes that experience. Think about that. Have you ever had that happening to you? I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you about this. Have you ever had coffee and thought, wow, this coffee tastes great? When you've actually had that coffee with someone earlier, and the same coffee you've had alone at home or at a cafe. right? And it just didn't seem this way. It seemed completely different. Something that made you feel like, wow, this is great, right? That's connection. That is the connection we're talking about. And just that connection makes life so much easier to go through. So, in my work, I do come across people who say, you know what, I have a lot of people that I meet. I have a lot of people, I have a lot of associations that I'm a part of. I definitely am somebody who has social interactions regularly. But if everybody is an acquaintance and everybody is just there to say, hey, hi, how are you? And move on and go their way, when do we make meaningful connections? And that meaningful connection cannot only be with your your spouse, your significant other in that sense, or your girlfriend or your boyfriend. It cannot be only them. You need other connections as well, right? You need to be able to talk to other people as well, right? So let me tell you a story as usual. Imagine a tiny bridge that's crossing a river, okay? And just nothing fancy about it, just wood and ropes. And one person crosses it every day in the morning. Okay, just goes past that bridge to the other side. One day, the bridge begins to wear. Not because it's weak, it's not because it's weak at all. It's because it's just been used and used and used. It's been carrying weight. And then one day, the villagers repeat, they just see that, there is this problem with it and they come and repair it. They don't replace the bridge, they just sit together, they tie the ropes harder, they pull, tug, get extra ropes, they tie it together. Nobody there says the bridge failed, right? They simply understand that that bridge requires a certain amount of care, right? And my friend, people need care too. You need care. I need care. We need care too. We've been carrying weights through our life, and if we're lucky, we have good friendships that help us carry that weight. And for those of us who don't have that wonderful friendship, my heart goes out to you. And I'd love for you to start making meaningful connections. Please start now. Start now. Okay? Because people need care. You and I need care. Some of us have spent years trying to be us, to prove that we've been strong. Years trying to prove that we've been strong. I don't think real strength is pretending that you don't need help. And I've been through that phase myself. I do everything myself. I know how to handle things, even if they're hospital emergencies. I've done it myself. But it's so much better. I'll tell you this. I'm so thankful to this one friend who opened my eyes about this. My mom was in the hospital and I was there watching over things, and he just called casually and said, where are you? So I said, I'm at this hospital because mom has been admitted. So he was like, why didn't you tell me? I said, well, I just rushed her here. I just needed to bring her in, and I did. And I'm taking care of things. It's okay.
He just said, okay, is this the place? I said, yes. And he just showed up. He just showed up. And he just said, listen, next time I understand if there's an emergency, you'll rush me here or you do something like that. That's great. But also remember to call me, please. You know what a difference that made to my life? Just those kind words. He need not have done that at all. He's a busy businessman. He need not have shown up at all. And yet he did. And that made so much of a difference. He said, Chalo, let's go for a walk. We just walked up and down the road, just waiting, just talking about mom, talking about, things that were happening, what my sister is doing, what my brother is doing, how they're reacting to this. And that was it. And he said, okay, if you need anything, call me. And he left. Next day, promptly, he called and he asked, is everything okay? Just that little, just that very small action from his side made such a big difference to me. Makes you feel so good that someone actually cares, right? So, real strength is knowing when to walk across that bridge instead of trying to swim alone. That's how I feel about it. To be able to ask and say, hey, you know what? I need you to support me to get over this or get through this. And that's why, these days, even if you look at smartwatches and um, gadgets like the rings that you get for fitness, they always have connection to buddies. Because somehow, when you do something collectively or you have someone with you, you feel uplifted, right? So let's remember that. And if you think what I'm saying is right, please just say yes. Please say yes in the chat box so I know that you believe the same as I do. Independence is very valuable, right? We want to be independent, especially in this time and age. We want to be independent, right? Whether it's women, men, we just want our independence, financial independence, our independence, place to stay, whatever it is. But isolation is very expensive. Isolation robs you of all your strength. So please do not be isolated. Do not be isolated. Make sure that you are connected to people. You can be capable. You can be very, very capable of what you're doing. You can be capable of doing things the way they need to be done. And you may still need a little encouragement. You may still need a listening ear. Being human isn't a weakness. We are human. It's not a weakness. It's not a weakness at all. It's the one thing that we all have in common. Being human is the one thing we all have in common. So I'd like you to close your eyes now along with me and take 3 nice deep breaths. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and slowly again breathe in and breathe out. Imagine walking through a quiet forest at sunrise. You can see the sun streaming in through the trees. You can feel the leaves crackling and crunching under your feet as you walk forward, and little animals moving around. You can smell the forest. And as you smell that and you walk forward, I want you to come towards that wooden bridge that you see at a distance. And as you walk towards it, on the other side, stand the people who quietly have shaped your life. A teacher, a friend, a neighbor, a parent, a colleague, someone you believed in, someone who you forgave, someone who simply stayed just by your side. Like maybe a grandparent who just sits there by your side, doing nothing, just being with you. Notice how none of us have arrived here alone. Imagine someone standing on your side of the bridge. Someone who could use a little kindness today. Smile at them. Send them a message. Just a check-in. A thank you. And I just want you to ask, who can I become a bridge for today? Who can I become a bridge for today? Feel your heart soften. Take a deep breath. Place your hand over your heart and whisper, we rise together. We rise together. Now put your palms together, rub your hands together and place your hands over your eyes, over your cheeks, and slowly come back. Come back, and I hope you enjoyed that. And today's experiment is to just reach out to one person. Not with a long message. We don't need to write long messages. We just genuinely need to say, I was thinking of you. And that's it. We don't need to do anything more than that. Thinking of you. Thank you for something that you've done for me. I hope your day goes well. No agenda, no expectation. Simply become that bridge. I want you to become that bridge today. Are you willing to do that today? Are you willing to become that bridge today for somebody else? So today, I would like you to be that bridge for someone else. Someone around you may be carrying something invisible. You may never know what it is, but kindness doesn't need the full story. You don't need to ask them what's going on with you. Tell me. I'll be part of what's going on. No, just hi, how are you? Are you okay? Or it's been a long time since I've spoken to you. Just wanted to check on you. That's it. That's it. You may notice people, around you who felt alone responding to that. Who felt lonely responding to that. So, my wish for today for you is, may you let yourself be noticed and may you remember that others need your encouragement once in a while. Strong people don't always stand alone. The simplest example of that is any corporation that you can take. Take something. Take one of, the families that run big corporations, maybe like you said, Ambani's. They don't stand alone. They have whole support staff. They have huge numbers of employees who work for them in each of their corporations. If they had to do it alone, it would never happen. So is our life. We need people around us. We need people to take care of us. Sometimes they just stand with us. And today, we will stand with somebody. Just stand there. Do nothing. Just do what your grandparents did when you were playing. Just be there. Right? And tomorrow, we're going to discover the quietest forms of confidence. How confidence shows. And keeping the promise to yourself. Begin again. And thank you so much for being here today with us. Thanks a lot. Begin again. See you again. See you tomorrow. And tomorrow will be day 10 and wonderful. We've come a long way. So really kudos to you. Thank you for being here with me. Bye bye. Take care. See you. Bye. Bye. I'm looking to see who's here. Bye.